In case you forgot, this is what American pride looks like. Team USA singing the national anthem with their hands over their hearts. But it wasn't too long ago when the U.S. women's soccer star Megan Rapinoe was making headlines for protesting the national anthem. First by kneeling, then by standing without singing or placing her hand over her heart. Well, today, Team USA is sending a very different message, and it makes us wonder, has patriotism returned to sports? Joining me now, former NFL captain Jack Brewer. Jack, I love this team so much, and I am not someone who loves soccer, but when I watch them pray after their matches and the patriotism and the pride, it makes me a soccer fan.
Amen. I completely agree, Kaylee. You know, it's a love for God. You know, you got to love God first, and then you love your country. And so that's what you see with these players on the men's team, as opposed to the complete opposite when you look at women and women's sports. And I'll tell you something else. You see, these players, the majority of the American players now, play in the top European leagues, the top soccer leagues in the world. And so they have to go to Europe a lot. And they realize when they come home just how sweet they have it in America. And makes them love their country even more. The women's team, on the other side, they never leave America. They play here domestically in the National Women's League, and they never leave. So they get to sit in this bubble and continue to be brainwashed by the liberal media, telling them that this country is bad.
It's a great point, and I love reading some of these anecdotes. And Christian Pulisic, who was out due to an injury after the team won, he posted a picture of them praying, and he put a Bible verse by it, Ecclesiastes 4:9-12. Two are better than one because they have a good reward for their toil. And the verse goes on. I mean, this is a team that's deeply embedded in faith. It's right here, and it's pouring out of this team in a very positive way.
It is, and it's going right along with what's happening in America. You know, after Charlie Kirk, you saw a spike in church participation, particularly in youth. People are coming to Jesus. People are claiming this country as a Christian nation again, and I think this soccer team exemplifies that. What an amazing time for this to be shown to the world as we head into our 250th anniversary. This is a special time. This is all ordained by God, Kaylee. You know, we can do all the media we want to and talk about stories, but at the end of the day, it's in the hand of God. And I think that's what we're all seeing as Americans, that God has his hand on America and he loves his country.
Amen. And it's contagious, Jack, because there's this Politico headline, Dems grapple uncomfortably, I should say, with World Cup success. And it's all about how this has been such a huge success that even some Democrats who might have been wanting to frame this in politics aren't able to do so. They're coming around. I think that joy is very contagious for any of the doubters.
Yeah, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I loved having stories like this happen, and God's just showing you his miracle power. Wonders, signs, and miracles are happening before our eyes. You know, I made a bet about 12 years ago with a friend, and I said, you know, the U.S. has a chance in 2026. He thought I was crazy back then. And we see that we've taken over the world's ` sport, and now America is literally playing well enough to possibly bring this thing home. So let's continue to stay in prayer. What an amazing time to be an American.
Jack Brewer, you said 2026, and you nailed that right down the middle, because that's exactly what's happening. Great prediction. It's always a pleasure to speak with you. What an honor. Thank you. All right,